You have just heard the final remarks by the president of the IPM, Mr. B. Bulunga, and the CEO, Dr. Jerry Gule. I'm now here with Dr. Gule. We want to just reflect a little bit on the convention. I have my own remarks about the convention before I ask Dr. Gule to do so. This has been one of the most impactful IPM convention I have ever attended myself. And I based that on the quality of the speakers, the diversity of topics, but the focus on the fearless leadership.
Yes.
Yeah. Dr. Gule, how did you feel when you arrived here? Did you arrive on Sunday?
I arrived on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Where the meetings, where the meeting.
And how do you feel today? Give us before and after.
Yeah. Coming to an event like this, you always have trepidation because you are really not sure how it will pan out. You're thinking about the delegates coming in, you're thinking about the speakers, you're praying for people's safety, and you also just wishing that everything goes smoothly. So I am extremely relieved.
Yeah.
Before, trepidation, but today, exhilaration.
Yeah.
I am very, very happy with what happened. And it's actually beyond my wildest dreams what we've achieved with the speakers that we had, the challenges that they put to us, the need really to introspect as a leader, as a person, to say, what legacy am I going to be leaving behind? I think all the speakers, that theme came through, that if we are going to be fearless leadership, not just for ourselves, but for our communities, for our country, for Africa, and for the world. That challenge, there were a couple of moments where I had to stop and actually think, what does this mean for me? We were called, there was a call to action. Don't leave this place without an action plan. What are the few things that you are going to be doing to be different, to be ready for this new world of work that we're in? So very excited.
Yeah. Let me take you back. When one now reflects on the type of speakers, the profile of the speakers, and the topic itself, what led IPM to choose the theme fearless leadership? What led to that?
Yeah, I think it was a reflection when we finished the conference last year, and it just reflecting and saying, where are we as South Africa incorporated, as a country, as a continent? But mainly as a country. We looked at what had happened at all levels, economically, politically, technologically, and you're saying, as a country, what's happening to us? What are we doing? What will it take rather to change and make us the great country that, we have the potential to be there? And we know that there was a time when everybody, after 1994, everyone looked at this country and said, wow, they've achieved, they've done it. Our organizations, state-owned entities, were a benchmark. You look at SARS, you look at ESCOM, those organizations, those state-owned entities were a benchmark. You look at Telkom, but today that's not the same. And you are asked the question, why? And so I think that the theme then came out of that and say, what will it take for us to achieve what we need to achieve and to be the kind of organizations and country and communities that we need to be? Because even if you look at the community level, sometimes my heart really breaks down. When you look at what we are doing to our society, what we are doing to women in particular.
Yes.
Just as a side road, I do talks on abuse, and I talk to men about that. And you are confronted with a situation where there is a lot of pain that you see, and you say it can't be. It cannot be that we are letting down our society in this particular manner. And because people management is about people,
Yes.
In the workplace, in the community, but it's about people, because you can't be one thing in the workplace and be one thing in the community. So the question comes, why are these things happening? And what will it take for us to stand, to build our communities? And it takes individuals. So it takes each one of us to be fearless about our role, about what we need to do. So that's what brought about this theme.
So the topic and the theme could have been relevant to any sector.
Definitely.
Not necessarily HR.
Definitely.
And I guess it's quite wonderful that HR tackled this topic, and hopefully they will take it into their various areas that they are supporting. So are you convinced that people are now going back home understanding much better why this theme was chosen as a result of the delivery of the presentations?
Yes, and the seamlessness of the presentation, I sincerely believe that people are going back and looking at themselves and saying, what can they do? I mean, we were challenged very what you call penetratively by some of the speakers in terms of taking individual ownership. If we are going to change, if we are going to demonstrate fearlessness and change our society, our organizations, our continent, and our world. So yes, I'm hopeful that that's the case.
Just share with us the profile of the delegates.
Yes.
If you were to, without really being specific, just give us the generic overview profile of the delegates that were here.
So we had a very good mix of delegates from the government, otherwise the public service, delegates from civil society, delegates from the private sector, delegates from the academia.
Yes.
So that the mix was really good. The levels, in terms of levels, we normally find that about 20 to 30% of the people that come are actually at the executive levels in terms of leading their department, leading the HR department, or leading a company. So we had a couple of CEOs around, which was great, and the majority, of course, would be middle managers, and then possibly again another 22 or so percent that are new entrants in the HR field. I met a couple of people who say, "Wow, this is my first time, but I've learned so much." So we are gratified by that. Yeah.
Something that stood out for me was your partnership, the IPM's partnership with the FP and is it FPM and FPM CETA, and listening to their leader, the CEO, Yende. Almost talking not like a sponsor, but talking like a partner. So what is the strategic nature of your relationship with FPM CETA?
Yeah, the FPM CETA has really been collaborating with IPM, supporting IPM to make sure that this skills development event, because it is a skills development event, building a wider awareness among the HR profession and people managers in terms of what is it that we need to do to make sure that the human capital that we have in the country, this potential is unleashed. So the FPM CETA is excited about that. And we've had this relationship now with them, I think, the past 3-4 years. What we have done is that we use our members. The FPM CETA, for instance, supports people against women abuse. And that NGO sometimes needs HR support. And we have said to the FPM CETA, our members will volunteer their time to help an organization that the FPM CETA supports at no cost, to just the members volunteering to support them. So we look at our partnership beyond just you give us your resources, but we also are saying we also come to the party and support. And there are a couple of initiatives. For instance, one of the things that has not been publicized is the work that they do. So using our magazine, we've said we will make sure that your work is put out there among the members of the IPM and amongst the community.
Wow. So now I notice you are very forward-looking, already announcing that we're back at Sun City next year. Just say a little bit more about that.
So next year is going to be another bumper, exciting convention and exhibition that we'll have here. because Sunset is such a hot spot, everyone wants to come here. We have had to really engage them and say, for the next couple of years, we want to lock in our convention, and they agreed. So we have an agreement with them that this is how we're going to be working with them for the next couple of years. And we have gone ahead now to say, how do we partner with thought leaders, both from the continent and from outside the continent. And we have secured the vice president and executive chairman of SHRAM, the Society for Human Resources Management from the US. So he'll be one of our keynote speakers next year at the convention. And of course, we are working with the number of the human resources, people management organizations on the continent to make sure that they're here. Yes. We do not have enough representation from the continent this time, but we are working at it, and there will be a difference.
And I'm sure the profile of SHRM will make it that bit more easy for you. And what dates are those?
So the dates for the Access Convention would be the 18th to the 21st of October, 2020. Yes.
And the theme?
The theme, we are still working it out, but the conversations that have been happening, it sounds like it is going to end up being human resources capability for the 2020s.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, there might be people out there that are not necessarily HR professionals, but want to be part of this convention. Yes. How do they become involved?
Yeah. So, I mean, the easiest thing is to write to IPM administration at ipm.co.za or call the office 011-544-4400, and none of our staff, they will take their calls and they get involved. We actually, I'm glad that you asked that question. We are very strong believers in collaboration. Yes. So we already started things going now in terms of making sure that we can collaborate with other organizations and organizations outside the HR field to be involved, because this is about human capital, it's about people management. So,
and I guess more information will also be available on the IPM website.
Definitely, yes.
Which is
www.ipm.co.za.
Thank you very much. We look forward to another Bamba convention.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I will certainly be here. I've noted the dates. I'm going to tell my office to block those dates.
We look forward to seeing you here.
If what I've seen today, this during this convention is the standard, and is the standard below which you can't go, then I think you're going to need more space next time.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you,
and
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Dr. Jerry Gule giving us a reflection on the CS convention and also looking forward to 2020. Thank you very much for tuning in. We look forward to definitely participate in this convention next year. That was Sam Zima, the producer and podcaster at Cometa Professional Conversations, and we are now signing off. Goodbye.